everyone, welcome back to my channel and Happy New Year to you. I hope you all had a happy Christmas and that your new year is starting off really well. I am starting this new year with some kits that I created or some bundles, and I just wanted to pop on here today and show you what those are. I've been working really hard for the last few weeks on these bundles and I'm so excited about how they turned out. They are quite large and they are well over 100 pieces. I stopped counting after 100 because there's just not really any point, and I kept finding pretty things to add to them, so I just kept throwing in more things, and so I'm really happy with the way they turned out. I think they're beautiful. I've got two different styles. This one is more, they're both cottagey and they're both floral because that's just what I like, and this one is a little more whimsical or playful, like a country cottage, I guess, and the other one is a little more muted and more of a romantic cottage floral. So I'm going to quickly go through and show you both kits. These will be in my Etsy shop later today after the video is uploaded, or when it actually posts. I'm hoping that they should be listed in my Etsy shop. That's what I'm aiming for anyway, as long as the lighting cooperates with me, so I can finish taking all of the pictures. So let me go through this quickly, and I'm not going to take out every single piece because my camera, I already tried this once, and after 20 minutes it cut me off, and so I'm just going to go a little quicker this time and not show every single piece. But I want to tell you that these are a mixture of fabric, wallpapers, vintage papers, a few newer things, but mostly vintage, some handmade items, trims, all kinds of goodness. So let me just quickly show you what we've got. And this is a little roll of quilted edging that's blue and green and white, and that would be so fun to play with. You can cut this apart. You can use this as edging in your journals or decoration. And then I've got this little lace bag that I stitched up really quickly, and inside I have put 5 different, I really love this sweet little rose, 5 different rolls of wallpaper, and they all have different patterns. This one has a fun soft quilted pattern and a rose pattern, all of the colors, and then there's that sweet little ditzy floral. It's not really ditzy, it's romantic floral. All of these coordinate really well together, and you can collage with these, you can make pockets, you can do all kinds of things. And I just stitched up the bag really quickly so that they were easier, we'll do that later, easier to package. And then I've taken this little bag and I have embellished the front by gluing on some cutout rose prints fabrics and this little sweet tea-stained rose right here. And I've seen people using these little laundry pins, and I thought that was a sweet idea, so I wrapped some lace around here and some vintage eyelet trim, and I attached a bulb pin with a sweet little charm that I think Cassie Dust to Roses gave me recently. So in our journal swap, I think it came in the journal swap that we did. So that each one will have one of these and this little wooden stick with some strings everywhere, some Rachel Ashwell Shabby Chic fabric torn into strips. And then recently I was in a glass outlet looking for a glass dish because mine broke and I needed one to cook with for the holidays. And my daughter found these jars and said, "Mom, you could fill these with things." So I did purchase these. These are a bigger jar. I've seen some of the smaller ones used, and I think that's so sweet. And this is a bigger jar. So in here I've got wooden beads, vintage buttons, gold sequins, jump ring, what did I say so far? A little wooden clothespin, I think 2 of those, a brass paper clip, a piece of chain. So there's actually a piece of old chain that I put in there that you could attach things with, and some little tiny beads and all kinds of things in there. So this is full of fun things that you can use in your journal making, to make charms, or just to attach onto pages or tags. So there's that, and then we've got the paper pack, And this has lots and lots of layers in it. It's quite thick. I'm not going to take all of it apart, like I said, because I won't have enough time on the camera, and I'm not super techy, so I don't know how to connect everything together and all of that. So I'm just keeping it simple. So I've taken this glassine bag and I have lined it. It's not attached, but I have put a piece of old dictionary page in there so that you can see that through the glassine bag. And I have attached this beautiful piece of crochet fabric on here with some ruffle, and this is not sewn down, and this is also not sewn down. So you could use this in your journal as a floating pocket, or you could attach it and you could stick a sweet little note in here, something personal. You could also stick something pretty in here as well. So you've got that pocket that you can use, and inside the pocket there are some handmade items. So a little journaling tag, it's tea-stained shipping tag, and then there are some old pharmacy labels and some pink labels in here, some vintage ribbon, and this little floral bag. This is beautiful wallpaper that I've stitched to the back, or stitched to some old book kind of cardboard like paper, and some satin seam binding, and made that into a tag. And then I have given you a really pretty seed annual playing card, and then I've taken this beautiful wallpaper, put some fabric, that rose fabric, down below, and made it into a library card pocket with a little library card piece that you can journal on. The paper clip is making it tight in there, so I'm not going to pull that out. Okay, and then some vintage ruler that you can cut apart into pieces or use as is. So there's that. And then moving on to the paper, I don't know how to do this really quickly, and this is why it got so big, because I kept finding these beautiful things. Like recently I found these bridal shower invitations, and the colors just all play so well together. Here's another invitation with this beautiful romantic chair pattern and flowers. And this is a piece of stationery, a little bit whimsical, a little playful, a beautiful napkin that you can collage with. And then I've taken one of my medical folders and added beautiful wallpaper to the front with some lace, and inside you have a huge mix of papers. So I'm not going to undo this for time's sake, but there are mostly vintage papers in here, from French dictionary pages, tiny dictionary pages, recipe cards, these beautiful to-from papers, botanical images, autograph paper, music paper, coin envelope. This beautiful, if you can see that, am I back too far? I'm sorry if I was. Beautiful stationery, and each one gets a vintage postcard, and there's the back and there's the front of that one. This is coming apart because I'm pulling on it. Some mulberry paper, old dictionary paper book page. Here is some piano paper, and this things to do list, and then these really old faded pink envelopes I found that were so pretty, so I threw those in there as well. So all of this just goes super well together, and you can create a lot with all of these smaller pages. So that all fits right inside that pocket. And then in this pack you've got some scrapbook papers that I made into tag shapes, and you can embellish those as you like or use them just in your pockets. And then some beautiful wallpaper pieces. These are smaller pieces and they're such beautiful florals, but I wanted to include them in here. This is not wallpaper, this is just paper, and really, really love this one. It looks like a needlepoint, like an old needlepoint. And then this one is shimmery, what the pocket was made out of, I think. And then we have a bunch of book pages. So Edith Holden, got botanical book pages, stationery, vintage papers, telephone index, more botanical, bird pages, ledger pages, foreign, like German book pages, botanicals, writing paper, and a big vintage botanical. I couldn't get that out. More music paper, and some kindergarten grade book paper that I love to use, and some payroll paper. So all of this, it's undone a little bit from when I just videoed it a few minutes ago, but all of that is nestled and wrapped in this. And the beautiful wallpapers go with that, and the scrapbook papers. So there's a lot going on in here. So I'm going to move that aside. Hopefully I can get that all bundled back together really nicely. And then we've got a ton of fabric. So there's a lot in here, guys. There's two separate piles. In this pile, you've got a craft tag with some white and some creamy lace and some fabric torn into ribbon strips there. And this sweet, fun floral. And it's stitched to that same brown paper to make a tag. Okay, so in here, I'm going to quickly show you these pieces because they are so pretty. So it's wrapped with this pretty ditzy floral print, and you've got some little bits and pieces here that you can play with, and probably attach just some big string somewhere. So this little piece, this is an embroidered cutout, some flannel, some lacy or some embroidered fabric there, and part of a vintage handkerchief there. So we've got those. And then lots of different pieces. So a chunk of this beautiful lace, and all of these are wrapped with lace too, so you get extra lace. Some pink and cream lace. Okay, this string is going to irritate me. This tea-stained doily. This beautiful piece here. And this actually has a butterfly on it and some lacy edging. And this is a piece of a bright, colorful quilt. And this neutral linen-y fabric. And this is really pretty. Actually, the back is pretty as well, so you could use it either way. And then another sweet floral there. So all of that goes together. And move that out of the way. And then quickly I'll show you these. This is one of my favorite fabrics. Love this. So you've got a piece of that. Oh, I was pointing. I don't know why I'm pointing. There's a cat walking outside my window and I just pointed to it if you wondered what I was pointing to. And here's some floral and some blue that I showed it in my stories. This beautiful embroidered edging. Some gingham florals. Love, love, love these colors. This is that more of that shabby chic fabric. And then this is a beautiful floral. I actually found a bolt of this in Michigan on our last trip. And I've included this cotton. It's 100% cotton from India. And it is it's a vibrant blue, but it goes so well and you can mix and match. So I put that in there. And then this is some fabric from Turkey. And it's such a pretty floral. And some more cottagey florals. This neutral with a botanical pattern in it. And this has stripes in it. And some of these fabrics are vintage. They're all in good condition. They might have slight imperfections in them, but they are all in really good condition and very beautiful. Okay, I'm going to move that out of the way, and I'm going to slide this over and quickly show you the second kit. It's got the same types of things. So you've got another bag. The wallpapers in this one will be different. They will have different colors, but very pretty. This is a shimmery floral. So those will be in this kit as well. Here is the fabric bundle and the paper. And inside this one you have there's not the little tiny wooden thing of fabric, but there is the jar is in here. So you've got the same types of things in the jar, and this one, each one has some type of charm or pin on it. So, and then I have taken a softer, more faded floral and attached it to the front of this bag. So that one is a little softer color. So this would be the more romantic floral kit, and it still has a lot of color, just a little bit softer and not quite as pink maybe. So here's a beautiful craft tag with some floral ribbon, trim, some wool yarn, and some crochet trim at the bottom. And then there are these 3 vocabulary cards in here with a ball pin, and this tag made out of shelf liner and backed with ledger paper with some fabric around it. And I'm sorry I'm going fast, I just don't want this to cut off on me. So here's the glassine bag in this kit, some beautiful roses and lace and burlap. I really like how these bags turned out. And so there's the mulberry paper. I've stuck it in this bag. And so this one again is lined with the music paper. And in here you've got similar items. They're just made a little bit differently if I can get them out. There's a tea-stained bag, and your labels are in here. You've actually got 2 kinds of labels in the little bag, and then the wallpaper pocket is right here, and a little clip holding on the playing card. So this is the wallpaper pocket with some lace coming out of the bottom, and the collage tag on tea-stained shipping tag, and then the wallpaper tag here, and the vintage ruler. So all of those go in this glassine bag. And then moving on to this beautiful stationery card and envelope, and this shower card I put in this one. I love the colors, and those are vintage, some beautiful stationery. I really liked the color of the mint envelope and these moody greens with the cherubs on there. So some stationery for you to play with. And here is this pocket. So same things are in this one as the first kit I showed you. This is a different wallpaper with some lace on both sides, and the back has this on it. And then the same types of paper are in this kit. You've just got different floral scrapbook papers like this. So those are a little bit different. And then the wallpapers are a bit different. So we've got this one is the same. Some of them overlap, some of them are different. This shimmery floral, and then this pink, I really, really like that. It's striped, but it's shiny. And then a piece of this paper. And then I love this. This is from paper bags that I found when I went to New Jersey, and it's beautiful floral, faded floral pattern on there. So these, and then the rest of this is similar to the kit I showed you. There are some variances in it, like this has a really big envelope in it with butterflies. It's a long envelope. So there will be a few variances, but all in all, they are very similar, just different colors going on. Move that out of the way. And then the fabrics. So this fabric is in the other kit as well, but some of them are different. Like this beautiful fabric is different. This is different. This lace eyelet edging, some embroidered cream fabric, this soft faded floral, muted, beautiful purple and blue. This is a thicker fabric, gorgeous, gorgeous colors. And this is super thick, and I love the muted. It's got some berries in it and florals. This is in the other kit as well. And here is this dark, well, it's not really dark, but it's moody, and it's just romantic and pretty. And a big piece of that floral that was in the other kit is in this one as well. And I'm sorry I'm going quickly. I just don't want to have to do this again. Okay. So in here you've got some vintage hanky with a different pattern, and some of this sheer scarf material. This beautiful piece of